All right, people. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a great weekend. If you guys did not catch the news, Andrew Tate had a fight with a guy named Chase Demore. The guy Chase Demore is apparently I don't think he's a YouTuber. I think he's a Love Island star. He's a reality TV star. The guy's not very impressive, but neither was Andrew Tate. And it was an absolute crap show, and people are clowning Andrew Tate to the moon and back. And I just wanted to get in on the shenanigans because it was an awful showing from a dude who has marketed himself as this big time alpha male. He's marketed himself as a professional kickboxer, a world champion, all of this kind of stuff, and he did everything except impress. He showed he got fraud checked. End of the day, he got fraud checked, and a lot of the stuff that people are saying is kind of funny. But there's one big part that a lot of people are missing, and I'm gonna get to that after I show you guys a couple of these funny reactions.
This dude over here telling a dude how to throw a jab and throw it the right way and how to evade punches. But then he out there getting hit with uppercuts from 10 feet away that was started from outside the ropes of the ring. Look at this dumb shit he got hit with. And you trying to tell somebody how to throw a jab. You ain't nothing but a con artist and a bum. This dude over here telling a dude how to throw a jab.
All right, so I don't know if this guy who's reacting to this, I don't know if he boxed, but I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. Like, you cannot get hit with some Tom and Jerry. They are annihilating this dude in the comments. You can't get hit with some Looney Tunes wind. You cannot get hit with some Looney Tunes wind up punch and then say that you were at any point in time a professional. Like, they are clowning this guy in the comments, and I gotta be realistic. I'm here for it. Oh my goodness. But let's keep going. There's so much more.
The biggest and most shameful fraud check in the history of combat sports. Andrew Tate, a man who swore he was a top-level legendary kickboxer, stepped into a fight against a clumsy YouTuber and was shamelessly beaten and humiliated. Andrew's entire career, and the way he talks about it, is nothing but a complete lie. A lie he fed to naive fans. And the fight against Chase Demore showed how things really are. Even before the fight, during the stare-down, Tate flinched from the slightest movement by Chase as if he had been electrocuted. Meanwhile, Andrew's fan base claimed that this was actually a good thing and that he was demonstrating unreal reflexes. In reality, it became obvious at that very moment that Andrew realized he had lied himself into a corner. The biggest and most shameful
All right, so the guy is saying that he lied himself into a corner, that, this guy got fraud checked, and I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I don't know if any of you guys have fought or if you've done any kind of combat sports, but when it comes to boxing, out of all the combat sports, when it comes to boxing, if you're at the back end of your career, right, you got a little morsel of go left in you, and you're 38, 39, and you're saying that you're a boxer, you've been a boxer, there's certain things that you have to be able to do, and Andrew Tate could not do any of them. This guy marketed himself as a top-level kickboxer, a world champion. I think he said he was like a 3-time world champion, and it's like, if you had actually any real skill, you would not have looked this awful, even with 10 years. Even with 10 years time off. Because you got to remember, this guy is always posting videos on, X, Instagram, whatever, of him boxing and running these camps with other guys. And, he's like the alpha male guy. And then everybody else is like, trying to learn how to be alpha. And he's doing these camps. And he's like, I train every day. You train every day since you popped on the scene back in 2016, 2017. You train every day and this is the best you can put up? That absolutely does not make any sense. All right. So Okay. So I guess this is like a mashup. This was supposed to be like, this thing. Oh, he lost to this guy. This is absolutely hilarious. So in case you guys didn't know, like nobody takes Chase Demore serious because he's not a professional boxer. He's not a professional athlete. Like the voice was saying on the last video, he's a YouTuber. He's a Love Island star. This guy, he's not a lifelong athlete. Now, yes, he's 6'5", 200 and however many pounds. He's a big guy. He's a huge guy. But if you're Andrew Tate and you're 6'3" and you're a lifelong boxer, you don't get beat by this. You do not lose to that under any circumstances if you are a legitimate fighter. It is not possible. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of Andrew Tate fans out there, and I'm not hating on him because he lost. I'm hating on him because of how he lost and how he's always portrayed himself. This isn't like Mike Tyson getting knocked out. Like, we know Mike Tyson is that guy. This isn't like the back end of Roy Jones' career when he just lost fight after fight after fight by brutal knockout. We know what Roy Jones was. He was Captain Hook. You, Andrew Tate, portrayed yourself to be Batman. As a matter of fact, he literally said he's Batman. He literally said at one point in time, I'm rich, I'm handsome, I can fight, I'm basically Batman. He literally compared himself to Batman at one point. And then you lose to this guy. Oh, man.
I don't want to hear any excuses.
10 years out, I'm 4 years old.
I don't care about excuses.
I'm 40 years old, I'm 10 years out the ring.
God doesn't care about excuses.
I'd spent a little bit of time in jail and locked in my house.
And the winners who went through the exact same things you're going through, who didn't quit, don't care about excuses.
And he's younger than me, he's 20 kilo bigger than me, he's more active than me. I didn't fight a pussy, I fought the champ.
40 years old, 10 years retired, a little bit of time in the Romanian dungeon. There's always going to be a big ask against someone so much bigger than me, younger than me, more active than me, a real challenge. So I didn't quit, never give up, never retreat, never surrender, fight to the end, go out your shield. So I have no excuses, training camp went fantastic.
I don't want to hear any excuses.
All right. People are chewing this guy up. I mean, this has been coming for a long time. He's saying he doesn't have any excuses. And I mean, that's good that he doesn't have any excuses, but he does say that the guy that he's 40 years old and the guy is so much younger. In case you guys didn't know, a real professional fighter by the name of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson recently fought Jake Paul. Mike Tyson is 58 and he went the distance and he did not look that bad. I'm not expecting you to look like Mike Tyson, but I mean, come on. Holy smokes. This was a god-awful performance from a person who says he's been fighting since his young 20s. Like, you've been fighting for the last 20 years and this is all you could put up after all of the way you've portrayed yourself over the last, 5 years. Like, you got to do more than that. You got to do more than that.
After talking for years about being a great fighter, Andrew Tate finally has a fight against somebody who also cannot fight in Chase Demore. Like, brother, I've had so many damn fights and I've never had this happen to me. You might think, man, that's the worst that's going to happen. Well, not a good look for the guy. Of all the things, you can hate Andrew Tate for a lot of things. And by counts, I mean, there are a lot of things that I don't like this man about. You don't go out on the internet talking about how you the greatest kickboxer, X, Y, Z. Nobody wants to fight me. And then you get your ass beat by another shit can. Shit versus shit. Who's the most shit? And sir, it was you. It was you. So, yeah, y'all little fanboys, I know y'all sick right now. After talking for years.
I tend to agree with what that guy just said. I expected a whole lot more. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, I have boxed for the last few years. I would never take like a fight that's going to be on camera or anything like that because I'm not a professional. Like, I know my way around the ring when it's just me and the trainer and me and the heavy bag. I've done a little bit of sparring, but I would never call myself any kind of professional. That being what it is, Andrew Tate looked terrible. He looked like he had never been in a ring, and in all of his training videos, I've always said he has horrendous footwork, horrendous hand placement. His hands are always down here, which I don't know. Maybe that's like a kickboxing thing because Alex Pereira The famous UFC guy, he's a world championship kickboxer. He fought Israel Adesanya both in kickboxing and in the UFC. He fights like that. So I don't know, maybe that's like a kickboxing thing, but in actual boxing, his technique is absolutely horrible. Now, all of that being said, I told you guys I would give you my analysis of all of this at the end, and that's kind of where we're at. My big thing is, why did he even take this fight? Like, I know like Tristan Tate said that, they bought a 10% ownership stake in Misfits Boxing, and he said that it was worth 500 million or 520 million, something like that. So that would make their stake about 52 million. But that doesn't make any sense for you to take that fight, because even if you were able to double the value of Misfit Boxing by Andrew Tate becoming the face of it or becoming a prominent member in it, you would only double your shareholdings to $100 million. And this guy already says he's worth hundreds of millions. So why would you risk your entire brand on a fist fight with this guy? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense to go out there and risk the only real asset you have. Andrew Tate doesn't have businesses. He doesn't have any businesses that bring him in money. You see him with cars and stuff like that. I'm not going to say that it's money laundering, but you can use like money, expensive cars, luxury cars, sports cars, stuff like that. That is a stereotypical money laundering scheme that a lot of high rolling criminals use to get their money. I'm not going to accuse him because, the courts haven't accused him of that. So I don't want to be the one to do that. But it's just kind of like, I don't know where he gets his money. Outside of his real world courses that nobody buys, I don't know where he's getting his money. So he might be nearing insolvency. He might be hard up for cash. I hear the purse for this was like 750,000 to about 1.5 million, which isn't a lot. But like I said, if his ownership share in this company is in fact 10% and the company is worth 500 million, okay, that would give him around 52 million. So I understand why he would want to do things to boost the companies and thus, the value of his shares, but it doesn't make sense to gamble your entire legacy, because that's the only thing that brings you money. That's the only thing that brings you value. So now you have this 50-50 shot of you devaluing the company or devaluing your own brand, because he definitely, he wrecked his brand. You cannot ever come out and talk that alpha male talk. Like, that's off the table for you. You can't come out here and talk that alpha male stuff. You can't come out here and talk that big tough guy talk. You can't do that. Like, you didn't simply lose. It's not like you were fighting and it was competitive and you got knocked down in the fifth or something like that. The guy just hit you with a good combo, boom, and you go out and you go out like a warrior. You look like dog water almost the entire time. You're on your knees about 3 or 4 times in this fight. And it doesn't matter that the guy is that much stronger. You better take steroids or something. Like, bro, you're gambling your entire legacy. You can't talk the stuff that Tate talks and then go out like this. But I'm not going to sit here and hyperanalyze the guy. I just think the whole thing is funny. I think everybody else is going to get a laugh out of this. And, he messed around and he found out after all these years. And I definitely think the women are going to get a kick out of this. So it's not the end of the world. It's just another influencer in the manosphere and the red pill getting exposed. They're all getting exposed. I guess 2025 is the season of the exposure for these guys. It is what it is. He's just another brick in the wall.